All right, guys. Well, we got another BIOS update for you, and this time it is my stepson's rig here that we put together. This is a Z590. It's an Asus Strix Z590 motherboard, and I forget what he has in there for a CPU, but that doesn't really matter for this build anyway. That's an 1100K. Excuse me, an 11900K. That's what's in that. So, anyway, let's get to the BIOS update. First things first, what we got to do is check to see what kind of BIOS we do have. And if we come right down here to the window key, we do a right click and we come up to run. Over here, you're going to type in this, MSInfo32. Go ahead and click OK. And you will see the BIOS version and date right here. It is 2203 with a 2/6/2024 date. So 2203 is the BIOS that we need to kind of memorize or what have you. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and check see if your BIOS is out of date. If it has a new one, is go ahead and open up your Explore whatever you want to as far as your Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, whatever. So in the search box, we're going to type in, now this is not something I've typed in, so I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, let's go ahead and type in, we're going to go Asus Z590. Now this is an Gaming Wi-Fi. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And our first option right here, looks to be good because it's Rogue. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. It should give us, a picture of our actual motherboard, which is pretty nice. Now, of course, up top, like I've always said, the support up top is your actual support for your entire web page or your entire site for Asus. That's not what we want. We want the support of just this motherboard. So we're going to click on the secondary support for the actual page. And if I can find my mouse here, we'll click on support. And now we're going to click on drivers and tools. And then we click on BIOS. I had this problem before where it doesn't actually show the BIOS. I don't know why. So in order to get around this, what I did is I go back to this page, and then up here I will type in BIOS. I don't know why it does this, but we're going to click on, I think it's the same link. And then look at this. Now all of a sudden we get the BIOS. Why it doesn't pop up on the other one, I don't know. Anyway, we can go ahead and show all the BIOSes, and we're looking for our current one, which is right here, 2203. Look at that. We have one more BIOS, which is 2302. That is the latest BIOS. This is the one we have. So this is some of the stuff that it's updating, and whatever it updates, usually I don't care. I usually like having the latest because a lot of times, more than not, it's updating your security and any vulnerabilities you might have with your system. So we're going to go ahead and click on download. And then we're going to wait for that to download, but that is done. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of everything here. And now what we're going to do is open up our manila envelope right there. And then we're going to click on downloads. We're going to get rid of this so it's a little less confusing. And now we're going to do a right click. See, we're in our downloads folder right here. We're going to do a right click because we have to extract it. See, this is a zip folder. It's got a little zipper in it. And we're going to go to extract all. And we're going to put it right back. See, this is right where it's going to put all the contents that are in that folder right back into the downloads folder. Opens up a separate page for us. Now, we do have a BIOS renamer. You do not need to do that unless you are doing a flash. So in other words, you're putting it in, you're going to be putting in, we're going to be putting this file, the cap file, right on this drive. But sometimes you have, not sometimes, if you are going to do a flash, okay, a BIOS flash, then you need to rename this, because this thumb drive would go in one specific port in the back that says BIOS, or might say flash or something like that, BIOS flash. That's where you would use that renamer tool. But we're not doing that today, and that's just a one-click. It's very simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this one. We are going to do a right-click, and we're just going to copy it. Now, we're going to go ahead and take our thumb drive. I believe it might have a previous BIOS on this from a different tool. We'll go ahead and delete that first. We're just going to stick it in the port right there. And just kind of waiting for it to pop up here. If it doesn't, I'm not too concerned about it. But we can see it did pop up here. It says BIOS update. Okay, good. It is empty. Now, if you are wondering about formatting these, normally I format them into FAT32. However, with modern motherboards, you don't really have to format them in FAT32 anymore. A lot of times you can just use NTFS. But for traditional purposes and to cover every motherboard out there, FAT32 is the way to go. And the way to do that is just go ahead and do a right click on it, come down here to format. And right in here, we can see it is selected at FAT32. See, we do have NTFS and EXFAT, but we keep it on FAT32. Make sure your quick format is checked. You can label it if you want to label it. And then right down here, you just click start. It only takes a matter of seconds and it's done. I don't need to do it, but that's how you do it. So now what we need to do is just do a right click in here, and we're going to click paste so we can get that BIOS file put onto the thumb drive that we just put in there. And excuse me, I don't know why I'm stuttering on some of my words today with this video. It's just one of those days. Anyway, we got that file in there now. Now, what's the next thing to do? Now we need to get into the BIOS. You can restart and hit that delete key usually repeatedly if you want, but I have found the easiest way, and go ahead, argue if it's the easiest way or not, but go ahead and click in your search bar. We're going to type in recovery, and let's see, we want recovery options right here, and then we want to go to advanced startup. Let's go over here. It says restart now. Click on that. We're going to restart it. This is just going to restart the computer into a blue screen with a few different options. And this is the easiest way, guaranteed, to get into the BIOS. Where the other way, with hitting the delete key, if you don't hit it at the right time, you might miss it. Sometimes your keyboard doesn't work very well, or you might have it plugged into a port that doesn't work unless it's fully on. You could have a keyboard that's Bluetooth, which means it only works when Windows is all the way up and running. So there's a lot of different reasons why I go through and do it this way, because it's just guaranteed. So we're going to go ahead and click on troubleshoot, advanced options, UEFI firmware settings, and then go ahead and restart. This is going to get us into the BIOS. And just to kind of prove it, you know, not even really prove it, but I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to get in the BIOS. I'm not even going to cut the video. It's going to be probably a 12, 13-minute video. We're already at a little over, well, just under 9 minutes. But in a few seconds, we're going to see this BIOS pop up. And there we go. Boom, without cutting the video. All right, so now what's the next step? You can do a couple things. You can go ahead and check your BIOS information. We are on 2203. And what did we load? I thought we loaded 2203. Did we not? Anyway, I know it was 2302 or 2303. I can't even remember what. I have to go back and look. Anyway, we have 2203. We're going to go to Tool. Then we're going to go to Easy Flash Utility. And now in here, your storage devices, you need to look for your actual thumb drive. And it goes by the size. It's not as intuitive as you'd like it to be, but we know it's a 14 or a 16 gigabyte, but with overhead and how it reads, it's actually a 14.7 megabyte. So we're going to go ahead and click on that once. Over here, we have our, yep, that's what it is. It's 2202. And we're going to go ahead and click on, I'm just going to zoom out here a little bit. Click on that file. Please back up your BitLocker. We don't have BitLocker on here. Yakety yak. Click OK. Nope. And then, do you want to read this file? Yes, we do. Give it a second. And then it asks you again, do you really want to update your BIOS? Well, yes, we do. So we can see a progress bar has started down there. And this can take anywhere from a few minutes up to 10 minutes, just depending on the amount that it has to actually update. Because we got the BIOS to update, possibly the ME, which is the management engine. You have LED firmware that it could be updating, etc. So just give this the proper amount of time to do its thing. Don't touch it. Even if you think the screen went black, definitely give it 5, maybe even 10 minutes before you actually do anything to damage your board. Now, quite honestly, it says clear database. You know, the amount of times I've done BIOS updates, I've actually never seen it say clear database. So I don't really know what that's about. But it's part of the process. It almost seems like it ran out of space. Now it needs to clear it and then reinstall a new one. But I have no idea. So now it just changed, as we can see, update area 1. So I'm assuming there's an area 2, area 3, area 4, maybe even an area 51. Ooh, area 51. We are at area 5 now. We're about maybe 2/3 of the way through. So we'll see how long this takes. It's only been probably 2 minutes. So I've been shooting the video now for about 12 minutes, and this is pretty straight through. There's only been about a minute and a half that I have not recorded anything. So the length of this video is going to be very close to the length at which you would experience updating a BIOS if you knew exactly all the steps and how to do them efficiently and fast. All right, so you just saw it. It just changed. Update successfully. System will reset. It actually did it automatically without me hitting anything. That's one of ASUS's features. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's kind of nice if you walk away, your BIOS should be up to date after that, but you really wouldn't have a clue how long the screen was blank if you did walk away. Also, he's got a big 34-inch curved monitor here. That's why I have to be back so far shooting just on my phone. And we'll see how many reboots this thing does take. See all the lights are on. Okay, so now this is traditional with ASUS. We do have to push F1 to get back into the BIOS for the settings, so we're just going to hit F1. And it should take us back into the BIOS. Usually from here, what I do is I do double check to make sure we got the current BIOS now, which we did update it. The next thing that I do is I'll go to Tools, and we'll do a... Oh, look at that. It's got a BIOS image rollback support. Huh, that's kind of neat, but it is enabled. So a lot of times when not go to Tools, sorry. We go to Exit, and we'll do Load Optimize Defaults, because we don't overclock. We don't do XMP or anything like that. So we click on that. We come down here to OK, just to optimize everything. Everything's going to be set back to factory, if you will. And go back into easy mode. And of course, we can see we do have the 11900K. Our BIOS is up to date. We can see our memory and all that. But this isn't really part of the video. I was just kind of showing you. We have a nice cool temperature also, just at an idle. So to get out of here, we're just going to hit like F10 or something. And save the changes. So yeah, PTT enabled to disabled. That's not going to fly with me. So we need to do, let's see, we're going to go to advanced. It should have been, so save changes, discard changes, and then, so we're going to discard the changes and then exit. And we should get into Windows from here, because I did not want PTT off, because then Windows 11 would not load. I don't know why that was even offering that. That was kind of weird. We do have the scrolly wheel just a second ago. We are getting back in. And let me just get logged in. All right, so we're back into Windows. Everything's all set. We do have the BIOS all updated. I would imagine that there's not going to be very many, if any at all, another BIOS update for this motherboard, because this is the 11th gen CPUs from Intel. So I think this is going to be about it for that Z590. But anyway, that's how you update a BIOS. There is a couple other ways you can kind of navigate around doing these. Again, we can do the flash BIOS or the back flash. We can also do, we can get into the BIOS a different way. So don't take everything right to heart where you need to do it a certain way. But the way I show you, it's very simple, straightforward. Get your BIOS up to date if you want the support. That's all I'm saying. Until next time, take care.